Hi everybody, we're back. We're cooking in the kitchen tonight. I'm getting a clear feel for what you guys like just by how many views are going on. And so the fish seems to be kind of low on the totem pole. The chicken was like, yeah, everybody wanted chicken. So this is the first time I've done pasta. So we'll see how this goes. Again, I'm gonna slide the comments off so I don't get distracted because I am easily distracted. But when you get on, be sure and say hi. Tell me where you're from. Tell me maybe which group you're watching from or whatever. Tell me if you've tried any of the other recipes. Let me know if you made any changes. Tell the group because there might be something you add that would really like excite somebody else and give them plenty of ideas. So again, my name is Beth Hicks and thank you for popping on. Feel free to share this. If you do want to share the video, you'll have to do it from my personal page because we can't share outside the group. I'm just going to straighten this out a little bit. Okay, so we have a lot going on today. So I'm going to jump to it. And I'll tell you as I go along, I had to make a couple little changes and I'll kind of fill you in on that as we go. So first thing we're gonna start with is a real simple marinara sauce that's gonna go on the spinach lasagna roll-ups. So let's get going. Okay, so what I've done, I already sauteed 2 cloves of garlic in here in 1 teaspoon of olive oil. And by the way, this marinara sauce is 0 freestyle points, smart points. So I already did that. And we're gonna add a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. I use the San Marzano tomatoes. So we got the tomatoes. After that, I have to read my recipe. Sorry, everybody. So we have, we already heated the oil, we did that, added the garlic, got that. Make sure you don't burn the garlic. Salt and pepper to taste. We are gonna add oregano, which is 1 teaspoon of oregano. I use fresh. I'm gonna stir that up. Add 1 bay leaf. And that's gonna simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. And then after we take that off the heat, we're gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of basil, which I used fresh on that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the stove, let it simmer. Ordinarily, I would probably go on to doing the lasagna roll-ups, but since this has to simmer for 15 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and do the dessert. And tricky thing about the dessert, we'll get into that too. Okay, so for dessert, we're doing chocolate chip cannoli cups. And it calls for 15 frozen mini phyllo dough shells. There's only 12 here, so of course, I'm not going to use all of the filling. So, as for the filling, we have 2/3 cup of fat-free ricotta cheese. I could not find fat-free ricotta cheese anywhere, at least my husband. He did all my shopping for me, bless his heart. So we're using regular. I calculated it out. There's still 3 points per little cup, and they're just a bite. So we have the ricotta cheese. We have 2 ounces of mascarpone cheese, 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and a pinch of cinnamon. According to the recipe, a pinch goes a long way. So, pinch of cinnamon. So we're going to mix all that up. Now, this recipe also calls for 1/3 cup of mini chocolate chips, and it's a lot. So I'm really only going to garnish with those. I'm going to just put a few on the top. And I'm just going to kind of fill these cups. I'm seriously just guessing. I have no idea. It says 15 of these, and there's a lot of cheese here, so. I wanted to get fat-free ricotta so bad because it actually saves you a point on the lasagna too. Fill these cups. They're not baked. It doesn't say to bake them, so I didn't bake them. A little nervous about that. All you do is these come frozen, so you just take it out and let them thaw for 15 minutes before you fill them. So by using this small cookie scooper, it probably will fill 15. Then I'm just going to take a few of the chips and garnish the top. I suppose if you wanted to, you could put them in your, mix it up in your filling. But I didn't want to add all the points, to be honest with you. Just a little taste is really all you need. And these little cups here, you can have 3 of these little cups for 1 point. So if you have other things that you want to fill them with, maybe you want to make some sort of a pumpkin mix or something that's really low in points. I mean, it's fabulous to do for your dessert because they're really, really point friendly. Okay, see, I mean, I have a lot left over. I actually measured this out before. It's a lot. So I'm gonna put these back in the fridge. That's what they look like. Stir my sauce. As far as the sauce goes, you can add whatever you want to add to your sauce. If you want to add mushrooms, you know, whatever, because it's not going inside the roll-up. It's going on the bottom of the pan and then again on the top. So you can really do whatever you want to the sauce to bulk it up if you want. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do our roll-ups. Okay, so the filling for the lasagna. We have 9 lasagna noodles that I went ahead and pre-cooked. So you just pre-cook them, cool them. It might take a little bit longer to bake because they're cooled. So then we have 10-ounce package of frozen chopped spinach, which has been thawed and all the liquid squeezed out of it. Then we have 15 ounces of, this calls for part skim ricotta cheese. I was gonna do this fat-free as well, but I couldn't find it. So we're gonna do with what we have. 15 ounces. We are going to do a 1/2 cup of grated parm. an egg, and then salt and pepper to taste. Mix this up. So you can see already, it's another recipe that is super fast. And it also says on here that these freeze well, for those of you that are big on meal planning. I'm not, because if it sounds good, I make it. If it doesn't, I don't. So I just, whatever floats my boat. Okay, so that's all mixed together. So now we're gonna start making our roll-ups. Let me stir my sauce again. No science behind this either. Also, the roll-ups are, if you use regular ricotta cheese, then they come out to 6 points per roll. It comes out 5 points if you use the fat-free. So it's really kind of up to you how much that point is worth it to you. I budgeted all day. This is the kind of meal you really want to budget for, because I plan on eating 2 of these little puppies. So right there, it's gonna be 12 points just for those, but I don't care. I've been waiting for this, so. So I'm just gonna spread this out. Again, this looks like a lot of filling for 9 of them, but we'll see. Roll it up. I'm just going to set these aside because the sauce isn't quite ready yet, so I'm just going to set these here to go in. Fill this one up a little bit more because it looks like a lot of filling. And these are going to be placed seam side down. I'm getting off to the side, you guys can't see. If you guys have a preference of recipe types you want to see, let me know, because I do all the hunting, which brings me to another thing I was going to talk to you about. I don't necessarily get all my recipes off of the Weight Watchers site. I've only gotten a couple, as a matter of fact. I get them off of skinnytaste.com. One thing I like about that site is that the points values are already pre-calculated, and I didn't trust it, so there's a couple recipes that I actually figured it out on my own because I wanted to make sure, and it was right on, spot on. And the other place is Emily Bites. She also figures out the smart point value, and actually a few other. She has Weight Watcher Freestyle Smart Points, Weight Watcher Points Plus, and then she also gives the nutritional value so that no matter what plan you're on, you can figure out, maybe not, I mean, carbs, whatever you count. So those are a couple that I use. And Weight Watchers too. Weight Watchers has a great site for recipes. So what it says on here is we're gonna take, I have to read the recipe too. We are gonna take some of the sauce, a cup of the sauce, put it on the bottom, lay these in there, and then we're gonna ladle sauce on top. So you're gonna notice there's no mozzarella cheese in these. It's gonna go on the top. Man, I should have company tonight. I never make dessert. Okay. This is coming out just about right. I'm going to turn the flame off on the sauce. These bake at 350 for 40 minutes unless your noodles are cold. And I'm talking refrigerator cold. These that here are room temperature. But you'll want to add extra time if you cook your noodles, you know, 24 hours ahead of time or whatever. You need to allow for the extra time. Okay, I came out just about right. I probably have skimped on a couple of them, but. So again, these are 6 points. This one's probably 7. I kind of loaded it up. It can be Andy's. It's a nice fat one. Okay, so I'm going to hold on, get my sauce. Let's see if I can find that bay leaf. I know some people add sugar to their sauce to cut the acidity. And then, since it's off, we're going to add the basil. Boy, as soon as you add that basil, it just becomes very aromatic. Okay. So I'm just going to add some of this on bottom of my pan. I don't think I really need to measure it out. Okay. The roll-ups go seam down. This is like one of my most favorite meals is lasagna. That's why I budgeted for having 2 of these. Okay, and then we're gonna sauce it on top. Great vegetarian meal for those who are. Okay. Then on top of that, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of reduced fat mozzarella cheese. If you want to use regular, you go right ahead. Just make sure that you change or calculate the points value. So hard to measure 1 tablespoon of cheese. And it'd probably be better if you can get the grams. It's a lot more precise. So what I'm going to do, like always, I'm going to post the recipes in the comments section. They're always going to be close to the top because it's the first thing that goes on after I post the video. So there you have the roll-ups. They smell good. They look delicious. Okay, so this is gonna go in the oven, 350 for about 40 minutes, or it says, or until the cheese melts. Well, I know it's not gonna take 40 minutes for the cheese to melt, so I'm guessing maybe 30 minutes. And as always, okay, so the recipes will be in the top part of the comment section. I will also put them on my personal page. You get on there, click on photos, and there is a folder there for Weight Watcher recipes. It'll be in there too. I will plate it. I'll take a picture of it so you can see what my version comes out like. And try it. Let me know what you think. You guys have been so good about letting me know that you've tried the recipes, what you thought about them. I really appreciate it. I love seeing your comments, so keep them coming. And until next time, I'll see you later. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope you got a lot of value out of it. Bye.